Hi, welcome to Rachel & Co. I'm here with Emma, who is one of my best friends. So this is a really exciting episode. We've had a great conversation talking about so many different things. Just a really lovely conversation to have with a friend that I've had for half my life at this point. So I hope you enjoy. So this is Emma,
Hello.
who is one of my longest friends. We've been friends since we're 16. She's one of my very closest friends.
Besties.
And she wanted to come on.
I did. I'm very
She
excited
is
to be here.
Long-time listener.
Long-term listener, first-time caller.
Mm-hmm.
I'm incredibly proud of everything that you've done. And this podcast is just like the cherry on top of the cake.
So cute.
Like, it's just fun and I can share it on my socials to my other healthcare colleagues and friends who, you know, go through similar situations. So, yeah, I'm very proud.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, we don't really know what we're going to talk about at this point, but we have a wealth of things that we can talk about. So we'll just see where this conversation goes.
Yeah,
But
see what happens.
We met in sixth form.
We did. At the bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
So
stood
I
with your
just moved.
sister.
Yeah,
Mm.
I just moved. So this was in Lincoln. We won't say specifics, obviously, privacy and all that. But,
Yeah.
So I just moved. I'd been living in London. I'd grown up in London. I moved to Lincoln. Semi-traumatic.
It's a very different place, that's for sure. Yeah.
Going from a city to a random village in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Lots of fields.
Yeah. But you were one of the first people that really welcomed me.
Yeah.
And you were normal.
I was normal. I was like, that girl looks like a normal, fun person.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the puppy. So obviously I was puppy walking at the time. So I used to volunteer at a dog like training kennels. You came with me a couple of times and we puppy walked a little spaniel called Riley. He was the cutest little thing.
So sweet.
Yeah. And I thought, I'm going to figure out where this girl lives. So I don't know how I found out. My mum knew for some reason. And I'm not sure. I think one of my dad's friends, because he was quite close with some other people that knew your dad. So I think I figured out that way. So I'm going to walk. It was really sunny. And I don't know why, because it must have been September. It was like a really nice September day. And I'd walk the dog down and I remember being stood at, like halfway down your path and being like, is Rachel there? And yeah, you came down, we went for a walk with Riley and then like the rest is history.
Yeah.
Just hang out all the time.
Mm-hmm. Never at school.
Never at school.
Outside school.
Every now and then at school, I'd come and see you guys.
Sometimes.
But not often. We had very different friendship groups. But I think that speaks to our friendship that we weren't upset about each other's friends. I wasn't like, oh, I don't want to speak to her because she's hanging out with these people, which was always really nice. Yeah. And then we had our own, like, back of the bus, fun times, and just hanging out in the summer and in the sun at the hills, really.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those hills.
And it was really nice to have a friend who also had a big move. So with being born in Germany and moving back to the UK when I was about 9 or 10, I kind of understood that obviously different times of our lives. So there was big differences, but that's still being uplifted and like a long move with different cultures. Because the culture in London is definitely different to rural Lincolnshire. Yeah. And the culture that I experienced in Germany was different to being back in England. So yeah, we kind of bonded on that level, watched a lot of films, same sense of humour.
And there was just like, there's like weird coincidences with our families as well though. Like your dad's from where my family's from.
Yeah.
Like my dad and your dad went to the same school, different years, but like that was really weird.
Really surreal.
Yeah. So
our sisters in the same year at school. Was there not far between them?
I think yours was a year younger than mine. Maybe.
There or thereabouts. Was she a year older?
Or maybe yours is older.
I think mine might be older slightly. That's good that we know how old our siblings are. But at least we had the same kind of as well experiences as being eldest daughters and having like siblings of a similar age range. So we bonded very quickly.
Yeah.
I saved you from some not relationships, that's the wrong word, but friendships that could have taken you down a very different path.
Yeah.
My path's much more fun.
Yeah.
Fun parents. You were welcomed into our home with like open arms. My parents love you.
Your parents are so cute.
They really are. They're adorable.
Your family's just so cute.
So that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then even when, obviously I took a gap year and you went down to university, like further away, and we still like put that effort in to see each other. Even when your parents moved again, even further away.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly moving.
Like never. It was never like a straightforward, because I didn't learn to drive till after I went to uni. So it was always trains and planning, but we still put that effort in. And it was the same thing, like even though I wasn't the biggest fans of some of the friends that you made when you were at university, I didn't think they were like, I don't know, just not my kind of people. They were your kind of people in different ways. I never let that affect our friendship. Because
but again, like same the other way around too. Like, I think we've never really like we've had the only time that we've ever lived close to each other is at sixth form. And even then, like we had different friends, but like otherwise, like we've always lived in different places and had like our kind of bubble friends, I guess, like the people that are around us. And we've never really mixed those friends with each other, which is fine.
Not really. We've never really had an event where that would happen.
Apart from like my 21st, I think. You came to that.
Yes,
and that was
I did.
And that was weird.
It was still fun though.
It was fun, but like it was weird.
It was a strange situation for you.
Yeah.
Because I'd met some of them, but not like a lot of them.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Yeah, it was fun.
But yeah, I think we've seen each other go through all different kinds of phases and relationships.
Lots of phases. Good relationships, bad relationships, confusing relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's all, you know, we're a lot older now. Like you said, we've been friends for such a long time, half of our lives, which is deeply upsetting. Not that I'm not like happy that you're my friend, but it means I'm getting old.
Yeah.
So I just think that it's an interesting dynamic, but it's a great dynamic.
Yeah. Healthy.
Very. I think it's a very healthy relationship, friendship.
Yeah. Like I know that I would be deeply sad if I didn't have this.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Very sad. I can't imagine like going forward in my life without having you in it in like some aspect, I guess, but always at this level.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's been a journey.
Oh yeah.
But a great one.
Yeah.
An interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had some fun times, some fun trips. We always try to do fun things together, and I think that definitely helps any kind of situation that you find yourself in. You always kind of want to be having something to look forward to. I personally think, not everyone thinks like that, but I always like to have a holiday planned.
You do.
I do. I think the way that we both grew up with moving a lot, I get itchy feet very quickly. And being able to, I'm fortunate enough to be able to have the time and the money to do like lots of little city breaks and holidays. It means that I'm more settled and grounded with where I live. So it stops that aspect of the itchy feet rather than uplifting my whole life and moving and getting a different job, which is what I did when I first like went into the world of work. I didn't stay in a job longer than I think a year and a half before I like needed to move and get a different challenge, a different environment. I think the travel is definitely an aspect where it helps like ground me a bit more.
Yeah.
Like my current job, I've been in for 5, maybe 6 years now. It's the longest I've ever worked anywhere. And I don't have any intention on leaving anytime soon.
No.
Yeah, not this one anyway. Yeah.
No.
Like, do you think you'll move again?
This is a big question.
Yeah. Because I know
Things are a little bit different now.
Yeah.
Because
personal
I'm in a
changes.
relationship. So that's change, could potentially change things, but I'm open to moving. I definitely got some places that I would like to live.
Yeah.
But whether I can afford to move there is another thing.
Yeah. Finances is a big thing.
But
It's expensive
also,
to move.
I think it just depends on like what I'm doing in life, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I could move to those places, but then it depends whether like I have kids or like, because if I have kids, then I'd want to be closer to friends and family rather than going further away. So then it doesn't really make sense to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas if that doesn't happen, then that would be fine.
Yeah.
So I think it just depends.
It opens it up a little bit, but it's got
joys
in other ways, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Are you happy where you are?
Yes, I guess. There's a lot of factors in it as well. Like, I have always wanted to travel a bit more, but obviously with my age, like I'm not old, but if I wanted to have a family, now is the kind of like time to do that. So it's like that's taken a bit of a back seat. It is a bit funny because I was with someone when I first qualified and I said to them, I will never live in Lincolnshire. I'm not moving back to Lincoln. That is not like what I want or where I want to be. And that was a deal breaker for them. So the relationship ended and I was like, okay, that's something that I don't want. And then within a year, I'd met my now partner and I moved back to Lincoln.
But a long time after, and you've gone to other places like since then. So
yeah, so we've bounced around since then, but we're back there now. So it's kind of like a bit different because I just wanted to move and get away, and now we've come to the decision that actually that's probably where it's best for both of us right now. He's a lot happier there. He grew up in the countryside, like a rural village. He's not really a city kind of boy, whereas I quite like the city. I like the vibrancy. When I lived in a bigger city, in a bigger city centre, I really enjoyed that. But I also do quite like the quiet of the countryside. So where we are now has got a good balance of being able to do the really villagey things, like go to the Mayfair and Christmas, like cute little Christmas markets and farmers markets, but still be 20 minutes down the road to like big restaurants and like fun things to do and bars and like, not that we go out drinking a lot. That's something that's definitely stopped.
Yeah, that was past.
Yeah, past us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't think we will. I don't think we'll move far if we do. Yeah, I'm kind of, I've grieved that bit of my life because I left a job that I loved, a place that I loved with lots of friends. And I was upset about that, but I knew I wanted to make this change, this big jump. So that was very bittersweet. And I've kind of grieved that and moved on to the next chapter, which I'm in it now. I think I'm about to start another new chapter with leaving a job that was causing me to become unwell. And that is also very bittersweet in that it was my dream job. It still is my dream job. And I will go back to it at a later date, hopefully, if I get employed in that sector. But it's just not right for right now because it doesn't align with what I want in life and my health. And I've come to realize that that is more important. Like my health is more important. My relationship's more important. Like we've gone from, so not a couple of years ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, we had a holiday every month. Like we were in a different country. We went to 12 different countries. We traveled loads. We like had a year of being really kind of not irresponsible because they were really cheap trips.
Yeah.
They were really cheap places to go to. Like the flights were cheap. The hotels we stayed in like Airbnbs or really cheap hotels. So we were able to explore a lot. And then this past year with this job that I was in, we've done barely anything. We always buy, it was very cute. Instead of buying presents for birthdays, we buy each other holidays or trips. So we had those, but then we barely did anything else. And that had a big impact on my mental health, his mental health and the relationship kind of thing, because we weren't doing things that we enjoy together. It's one of our big things is travel.
Yeah.
And like, it's weird for me because we travel so much. People who don't travel, I can't really understand. I'm like, well, why don't you want to go explore somewhere new?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you don't want to do a 2-hour flight for 3 days? It's definitely worth it. Like, you can fly to mainland Europe in less time than it takes to get a train to London from where we are, including travel time to the airport. So it's a no-brainer for me. But I understand that different people have got fear of flying and different cultures, but we love it. And we weren't able to do that. So I think leaving the job that I've left, it's going to free up more time to do that kind of thing.
And headspace.
Yeah, and not have a lot less stress and be able to do things again. Like I said, it's very bittersweet. It was a big, difficult decision to make. I still get a bit reflective about it now. Like, oh, should I have pushed through a bit more? Should I have just waited to see what happens a bit more? But
you'd also been doing that for so long.
Yeah.
Like pushing through and, oh, it could change.
Yeah.
I think it's just...
It's never happened.
It got to a point where you were like, it's not going to.
Yeah. When you raise the same concern 3 times and you get no further than where you were the first time you raised it, it's time to go. It's time to walk away. Like, I just think it's something I'll come back to because working in the NHS, I can't run around like a headless chicken when I'm in my 60s. Like, it's going to take too much of a toll. So it's something that I can look at doing then. It's not shutting the door completely. And I think that's a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And like from the outside looking in, like from my little perspective.
Your little bubble.
Yeah. I think like this past year has been, like, I've seen how difficult it's been for you. And then it's been hard to see sometimes, like just like how much it's affecting you.
Yeah, it must have been difficult to see where I was coming from and being like, I don't want to quit. I want to keep doing this. Where you're like, why? Or
well,
what are you doing to yourself?
Yeah, but not just that, just like seeing the effects of like what, like obviously that's what I would say to you, but also like just seeing the effects of what it was doing to you, like just even health wise and where your head was at. Like it's sad to see that.
Yeah.
So when you said you quit, that was like the best day.
Yeah. Yeah, I was so excited to get this job. Like I remember the phone call when they said you've got the job, and I was absolutely like over the moon. But it's just, you know, these things happen. You've got to take that risk, and it wasn't a massive risk because it was only part-time and I was able to keep my hours working clinically. So it wasn't like I was jumping like headfirst into something completely new and now I'm like stuck with nothing. I'm very fortunate that I've got a job to fall back on and that if I can't up my hours, we'll be okay until I can up my hours or find something to supplement that additional like day's income. So I am aware of like the privilege that I've got there, but it's like, yeah, it's not as risky as some people have done. So, like, jumping head first into these things. Although when I started, someone did say to me, oh, you've already got the foot out the door. And I'm like, well, what if it doesn't pan out? What if I hate it? So I'm glad I did that now.
Yeah. It's an experience that you've had.
Yeah.
And then I think it's also, like you said, like it's something that you can go back to. And I think that's really important. Like you said, like it's your dream job and blah, blah, blah. It's just these specific circumstances were not the dream.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that it can't become better. Like, it's just wrong time.
I loved one aspect of it. One aspect was incredible and it was great. And the days I did that, I felt like, yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, like the buckets were outweighed. But like having one bucket that makes you happy, that's got to be the bucket that's like at the top or like at the bottom because it's full. And then when it tips the other way and the bucket that's like terrible, full of things that you don't like is winning, then sometimes it's going to be it for a short period of time. Not every day is going to be amazing. But when it's all the time,
Yeah.
that's when you know it's time to pull the trigger and leave
Absolutely.
and make that jump, which is scary.
Yeah, it is scary, but I'm proud that you've done it.
Yeah, thank you. I love that. Yeah, we'll see when my last day comes. Actually, the last day that I'm meant to be working, I'm on holiday. So
amazing.
I'll be in the sunshine,
Good.
having a great time. So yeah, when my last day that I'm there and I clear out my office, and I love my office buddy. She's amazing. I am going to miss her. Her name's also Rachel. All the best people are called Rachel, obviously. So I'll miss her a lot, but I'm going to keep it as a friendship and, you know, keep my ear to the ground, and when the time's right, we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's exciting, but very bittersweet.
Yeah, of course it is, but and I think it's good to be reflective, I think, around these times of change.
Yeah.
Take what positives you can take and what can you learn and all that sort of stuff. That's some therapy talk.
She's got a therapy voice on. No, it's true though. You're exactly right. Like, you've got to be reflective of these things, or you just bounce from experience to experience, not seeing what went wrong and what went well.
How you grow.
Gross.
But true.
Yes, unfortunately, very true. It's one of these things where I never believed this, and I've told you this so many times, that my mum has always said, oh, everything happens for a reason. Like, everything's going to like show why it happened, and it's all going to be for the best. And I've always kind of rolled my eyes and been like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'm unhappy now, and that's all that matters. So like when COVID hit, just before COVID hit, my partner got offered his dream job away from where we were living, so we'd have to go long distance. I was really sad. I didn't want him to leave. I didn't want to go long distance. Like, we'd been together 4 years already, been living together for 3, and all of a sudden we're going to spend this time apart. I didn't want to leave because I had a great job. He really wanted to go and fulfill his dream, so we did, and we went long distance for, it was 2.5 years in the end, before we sat down and decided that one of us needed to move and it wasn't going to be him. So made that kind of decision. But if he hadn't have left the job that he had, he wouldn't have been furloughed. He would have just been fired. And then, you know, who knows what would have happened. So my mum was very like, I told you it would all work out for the best. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I do think that, you know, that was also very bittersweet. I was so excited and proud of him for getting like this job he's always wanted, and it's a hard sector to get into, and it's what he did his master's degree in, and he worked for, like, really difficult, like, to get there. And he didn't enjoy the job he was doing. It was just a way to make money. Like, he had good days and bad days, but it was just kind of, you know, turning up, doing the job, not feeling fulfilled. And now he's got a job where he loves it. He feels fulfilled. He's one of these people who goes to work every day and, like, yes, it's stressful, but he's like happy to be there. Yeah. So I am really glad that he did that. And I guess as a team, we made that decision to support him, and, you know, it's worked out. Yeah. But now I want it to be my turn. I'm sick of being stressed all the time.
Yeah, well, you're taking a big stressor out.
Yes, 100%.
But also, like, I guess it's allowing you to then prioritize the things that you want to prioritize now.
Yeah.
I think maybe before you wanted to prioritize work.
I think it wasn't the much of wanting to prioritize work. It was I had to. So working in the field that I did, if these deadlines weren't hit, nothing dramatic would happen. So it wasn't like in the NHS where if we didn't do certain things, someone could, like, become more unwell or, God forbid, like, pass away or have, like, some kind of medical emergency if these things weren't done. But in my other role, if they weren't done, there wouldn't have been an emergency. But the pressure to get them done and provide, like, these materials and what was asked of me was huge. So working until 2 a.m. or going to bed at a reasonable time, but waking up in a panic at 4 a.m. and getting up and doing work, working weekends, working evenings, like, it was constant, absolutely constant. And it was, I guess, self-inflicted, but it also wasn't, because you get that deadline and pressure from above. And it wasn't that I wanted to prioritize that. It was I kind of had to. Yeah. But I think you lose sight of what is actually meant to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it is perceived as normal. Everyone who I've worked with has said, oh, I spent all weekend marking, like it's some kind of badge of honor. Like, look at me, I'm doing more than I should. And it's like, I don't want that for my life. I don't want to be, missing out on things because I've had to work, or being able to do something that I enjoy and then being upset because I've got so much to do now. Like, I only worked part-time, but if I had more than like 2.5 days off, if I had a week off for me, I'd come back and be like, I can never take time off again. I've got so much to do now. And it was awful.
Yeah.
But you lose sight of it.
Mm-hmm.
You lose sight of, actually, this isn't normal. This shouldn't be your priority. Like, the priority should be things that make me happy, like spending time with my dog and traveling and being with my partner and seeing you, and not having it in the back of my mind. Like, you need to do this.
Yeah.
You need to do that. Like, one thing me and my partner have always done is cook together. Every night now, unless one of us is ill, we cook tea together, because when we were long distance, it was those little things that we missed the most, like going food shopping together and weird things that some people, I think, take for granted. So every night we always tried to cook together, and we weren't doing that because I'd get home and be like, oh, is it okay if you do this while I continue working?
Mm-hmm.
And it became normal, and that just made them sad. It made me sad looking back on it. So it's reshifting the priorities, which takes a lot of reflection, a lot of sitting down and figuring out what your priorities actually are. Because for a time I didn't know. All it was this job role.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, part of it I loved. But you think, oh, you'll just push through and it'll get better, push through and it'll get better. But at what point does it actually? And you're there like, now what?
Yeah. And I guess like one of the really difficult things with like workplaces that I've found, like I think most people probably find it, but like their priorities become your priorities. And then like you said, like it overtakes, like it almost like steals everything, I think. So like it stole time from your relationship and like your personal life and your health and that sort of stuff. And I'm sure there's lots of people, I certainly have felt the same at different points in my career. It's why I'm self-employed.
Love that.
So I have my own priorities.
Yeah. But did that take you a long time to figure out? Like, I know you've always wanted to kind of like have your own business and be self-employed. It's always been something like you've spoken about, but was it difficult to sit and be like, right, these are my priorities for now?
Yeah, I think my priority was always work. But I also think it was just, I think for a long time, work was always a good escape and a good distraction from other stuff that was maybe happening, whether I was in relationships that weren't going well, or like I didn't know what else. I think I got a lot of my value from work, so that became everything. But I think it was just a long journey of trying to be nice to myself.
Yeah, it's really hard to be kind to yourself, like practice self-kindness when you find external value of yourself through external sources. That's something I've definitely struggled with. Yeah. Like, I was doing a master's or postgraduate certificate with optional masters at this job that I've left, and I felt like a failure because I was having to drop out because it was funded by the position and the qualification doesn't really apply to anything apart from that position. So it was something I was like, well, I've failed this. And I was really upset. I was like, I'll just push through until I can get this qualification and then I'll leave. It's like, well, will I be able to handle another year of this? And the answer was no. But I still felt like a failure because my priority at that time was get that qualification and I'll be amazing and it'll feel amazing and have that success. But I've learned now that I need to put my health first and then everything else will fall into place. Because like RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else?
Can I get a hell yeah? But yeah, And I like within that, I guess like you've got to look at what does success even mean for you?
I have no idea.
Because like say that you carried on and you did get that, so you have this academic or career success, but then like you're on the floor, your health is just at zero. You've got no personal life because everything is work. Like, is that really success then? Like, yes, you have this bit of paper, but then like
what
you
does that
feel
apply
horrific.
to? Yeah.
So then, is that really success? So it's looking at like, I guess it's how you perceive success.
I think that's really tricky because I don't actually know.
And that's fine.
And I think it's more, I'm very good at following through with what I'm told to do. So like I was told by this job, you have to do this, like a certificate to do it. And then I got like, yeah, I really enjoy this. I really wanted it. And I did enjoy it. But how would I have done that off my own back? Probably not. But it's like I said, the external, like you need to do this, you need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But what does that lead to? I think it's very true. But it's, where does that, like how much do you need to do before you become happy?
It's not chasing happiness.
It's a big question mark, isn't it?
Chase peace is what I say.
Oh.
Find peace. Happiness is like short term, just like sadness or pain or whatever, like that. So it's just another peak, just the other way around. Whereas like peace and contentment is like something that you can still go through. You can still be happy and sad while still being peaceful.
Yeah.
So that's what I go for, is like peace over happiness.
Yeah. I should tell my partner that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I completely get what you mean. Like, you can't expect to be happy all the time because at what point can you add on to that?
Yeah. And also like that just completely disregards life, because life isn't always happy.
No, that's very true.
Like things are going to happen, like whether it's grief or just anything. Trauma. Just like anything could happen. Like it's just that like life isn't always sunshines and rainbows. Like that's just not reality.
No, that's true.
Yeah, if you're chasing happiness, then you're chasing something that doesn't exist. You can't be happy all the time. Just like you can't chase perfection because that also doesn't exist. It's the same concept.
Yeah. I've very much come to the terms of not being perfection, like reaching for perfection. I'm not really, I don't think I've ever really been a perfectionist. Very much not when it comes to like academic work. We're very similar in that aspect. Having the best of intentions and then writing your essay at 3 a.m.
Oh yeah. That never changes.
No, it doesn't. So I've always kind of been happy with that aspect. So I'm very, like I've said before, I'm very happy with my boring life. Like I have a job, I might have my friends, and they're not many. I'd rather have my smaller group of friends who I can count on and trust rather than a massive group of friends who are a bit flaky or don't know me as well. And it's just a very boring life to some people, but I'm happy with that. Like, I think that's what I've come to realize, is that I wasn't enjoying life, and life's meant to be lived.
Yeah.
Although I really should be better at saving money.
Same here. But I think there's so much quality in that though. Like it might look boring or it's like a small group of friends or whatever, but there's a lot of quality in that.
Yeah.
Like there's so much richness in that.
Yeah.
Whereas like, I know that when I had like loads and loads and loads of friends, none of them really knew who I was. And then I'd always go back to like you or Bex, our other friend, or like anyone else.
Yeah.
Like, there's like a couple of my friends that I would go back to that I knew me. I wouldn't necessarily share those same things with.
Yeah. Have that
with other
like
friends.
a deeper connection.
Yeah.
Like you're not superficial, that seems like the wrong word, but people that you can have fun with and like I think you've talked about this on the podcast before, like seasonal friends, but then you've got that core group of people that you can always rely on. Yeah, like for you and Bex, and then Rose, my like other best friend, you're like my 3 best friends. I would do anything for. Like you could ring me at like 2 a.m. and be like, I need you right now, and I would find a way to get to you. Like at a drop of a hat, I'd be like, I'm on my way.
And same here. And I think because we know that,
the voice notes are dramatic at times. They're like, help me. So it does like have its benefits having these close group of friends, for sure. I don't think I could handle having too many friends. I'd lose track of conversations. I'm bad enough at replying to them as it is.
Yeah, I'm so bad at messaging back.
Yeah.
And this is where we also have something in common. Like we don't judge each other for that. Like it just is what it is, and there's no pressure.
Like I know it's not intentional. I know you're not ignoring me. It's just that you've probably seen it and then been distracted, or you've been opened it in between like clients or in between like meetings, and then replied in your head. I do that a lot. I reply in my head like, yeah, I need to say this or I need to say that, and then don't follow through.
Yeah,
terrible.
I think one of my things is that I sometimes I feel like I need to, so whether it's like, I don't know, if we're trying to organise something and like there's a date or something that we need to set, and then I'm like, okay, I need to go look at that, and then I get distracted halfway trying to figure out when I'm free, or like I get partway through like a process of trying to think of how to reply in my head, and then I get distracted and then I don't. And then I'm like, I never reply to that, I need to.
Yeah. I literally said that this morning. Like, please remind me to send that message. I must do that. Honestly, shocking.
Yeah, but we're very similar.
Yeah, and I'd never judge any of my friends for being like that. And I know some people do. Like, someone said to me before, it took so-and-so 3 days to reply to me, so I'm not replying to them for 3 days. I'm like, that's
petty.
Yeah, and I read somewhere, like, you having unread notifications on your phone can bring you additional stress that you don't realise. And, like, even though you're like, oh, I'll deal with that later, and then you think you forgot about it, your brain's holding on to that, and you can never really fully relax, I guess. But then I have many notifications on my phone sometimes, and it's not because I don't want to reply to that person. It's because sometimes you'll open the messaging app, and when you come out of it again, it takes away that notification, and I just forget. Terrible.
Yeah. And also sometimes it's just overwhelming. Like, say you've had like a really, especially like we've just been talking about stressful stressful times. Like if you're already overwhelmed, and then you've got like, because I don't know about you, but like when I start to message people back, they then message back again, and sometimes like I've only got that energy for that one message because I've had like a tough day. I've got enough for this one, and then that's it, I'm done. But then they continue, or you've got like a whole stack of people, and then you've like replied to them all, and then they all come back to you. It's like I don't have that mental space. Yeah. And if you've had like a really stressful day, and like you just want to chill out, I think the thing is that like obviously it depends how people use their phones, but some people are like, well, you're on your phone all the time. Why can't, like, it takes 2 seconds to send a message. It's like, well, yeah, but I'm on my phone because I need to like relax,
decompress,
like playing games or whatever, or like scrolling on TikTok or whatever. It's like however you unwind.
The unproductive doom scrolling.
Yeah. So you're using it for that function. Yes, you're on your phone, but you're not using it. You're not on your phone to socialise because that's just going to train you more. So I find that a lot.
Yeah, I end up doing that because as well, my partner's always like, "You're always on your phone," like, but I have my Kindle on my phone. So 9 times out of 10, I'm actually reading. But because I've not got like I probably should get like a big Kindle. But because I've not got a physical book in my hand, he's like, "Oh, you're doom scrolling again." I was like, "Oh, I'll show him." I'm like, "No, I'm just reading. I don't want to watch the football with you." Like I'm doing this instead. And I think that's why I've taken up like crocheting, like the old lady that I am, because
I love it.
Even though reading is good for you, it's still on a screen. And this way, like I do use YouTube patterns a lot. So I'm still on my screen, but it's for a different purpose. and now I make you all the things.
It's so cute. I love it.
But
I wish I
again,
was creative in that way.
you're creative. I think you're
No,
just
but in that way.
yeah. We're creative in different ways, but we both still like doing these independent things
Mm-hmm.
in finding different ways to like express how you're feeling. Like I need something to do with my hands,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, keep your brain. It kind of like helps your brain do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing a baby blanket for my sister-in-law, and now I've figured out the stitch. I can literally do it without looking at anything. So I can do it while we've got a film on, or I can literally just do it mindlessly and give my brain that space to rest,
Mm-hmm.
because your brain does need rest.
Yeah.
Especially after a very stressful year
Yeah.
where you're literally like beyond burnt out.
Mm.
Like I didn't even know I could feel that way
Yeah.
in just autopilot through life. And
Yeah.
yeah.
It shows like how far you can take your body though. But also how quickly your body's like,
No thanks.
no.
Like I'm done now. Because
Yeah.
with the like health aspects of the stress, there was no build up. It just happened.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like I started to feel unwell and it got worse. It was instantaneously like snap.
Yeah.
You're ill, you're done.
Yeah.
And that wasn't something that I expected, because normally when you're like getting run down or burnt out, you can feel it coming on. Like you start getting a cold or you get a headache and you're tired all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'd gone past that.
Yeah.
Like my body had been telling me that, and then I was like, this is normal. And then it was like, lol, no. And then the next thing you know, you're having to reevaluate your life and what actually matters.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a very big thing.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's scary.
But it's hopefully teaching you that you've got to listen to your body.
Boring.
But you've got to listen
But very
to it.
true. Very true. I think that's something that people don't realise.
Yeah, they really take it for granted, I think.
I think it's something that we're not really taught as well.
Everything about society is about external.
Yeah.
It's about how can I function in society? How can I function for other people? Obviously now it's a little bit different, like self-care and da-da-da. But
I think that's only come in like the past 5 years or so though.
Yeah.
Not even that.
But still, like a lot of everything is all about the external and what you can do for other people. And like really being able to check in with yourself is everything.
Yeah. And that can be difficult as well. That can be something we can talk about like next time. Knowing who you are and what it is you need to be happy and to take care of yourself. Because I did not know. This past year, I had, especially, well, even before then, but especially this past year, I had no idea what I needed or who I was. So it's a big and deep thing that you have to explore.
Yeah. That's definitely something that I've learned. I don't know if you probably noticed, but it's something that I've learned like since like beginning my therapy training to now, is like massively like not just looking at myself in the senses of like, what trauma do I have? And like all the issues that I have and how to fix those, but also just like how to look after myself better.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm probably a lot more calm than I used to be. And that's all come from just being able to look after myself.
Yeah. I think I definitely am. Like there would have been a time, so when we went on the trip and our other friend lost their passport, there would have been a time where I would have not been able to cope with that. I would have lost my little mind and it would have ruined the whole thing. But instead I was incredibly calm. I did take myself away from the situation a little bit, so I had that space to breathe. But I think it was 100% different to how I would have reacted even a year before then.
I was quite surprised, to be fair.
Yeah. I still can't believe it. I then was like, I'm holding this from now on. I did have to take that kind of aspect of control. But that was, I think, the start of me kind of realizing that these changes are positive and knowing who I am and what I needed. But then I lost sight of that massively this past year, because that was like 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about. We had the best time.
We did. That was one of my favourite holidays ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think I think sometimes it depends on what it is that we're trying to, like what situation we're in. Because I think sometimes it's easier to do that in like personal life, for example, maybe. It obviously depends on what it is. But I think for me anyway, sometimes personal life is a bit easier to navigate. To be like to check in more in my personal life than like with work, for example. I think it depends on what your relationship is like with that.
Yeah, I think it is difficult when it comes to work because you're, well, in my job role, less so much for you being self-employed, but you're confined to other rules and regulations. I suppose it is with you, with your therapy and the guidelines that are around that and supervision and making sure that you're taking care of your clients, which I know you do. And working in the NHS, you obviously have the same kind of thing, protocols and policies that are in place for the good. But you, when it comes to, oh, well, this happened, but I would have done it like this. So it's like, well, you may have wanted to do it like that, but you can't. Whereas when it's in your personal life, you're like, well, this happened, I didn't like that. So from now on, like going forward, I'm going to do this. That is a change that you're in control of. So I think it is easier to kind of reflect and make changes personally than it is to do it in a more controlled environment where you don't have that flexibility.
Yeah.
And also, is it worth the battle? That's something that I've come to terms with, is going from one trust, NHS trust, to another and things being done differently, and me knowing that something works better a different way, but that's not how this place runs. Is it worth trying to change the things? The patients are still well cared for. They're still safe. Everything works well. It works, but it could work more maybe efficiently. It's not worth it. It's not worth the drain on yourself. Like you can try, like I tried. I raised these not concerns, it's the wrong word. Raised these ideas and said, oh, we could try this. This might help the dynamic with management better, or the dynamic with another department. Some of them have worked, some of them have like been applied, but some of them haven't. And I just think that's fine. I've tried my best. I'll always put my patient first. It's something I really pride myself on. But fighting for these things is just going to be a drain on you mentally. Yeah. And you can't change other people if it's outside your control, which is why it's so much easier to make these changes personally, even if they're hard. Yeah. Like the job quitting, so difficult. But everyone around me doesn't see why it was difficult, which is hard to explain because I know it was making me ill. I know it was making me like unhappy, but I still really struggled to give up. It's difficult.
Yeah. But that's not
I don't
for
like
anyone
being
else.
an adult.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. But I think that like it doesn't really, I think a lot of it is letting go of what people think of you though. Because the reasoning is your reasoning. No one else needs to know. Yeah. And like how you feel is how you feel. So your reasoning and how you feel are both, like they're so personal to you. You've got to go through that process of grieving or whatever. Yeah. Getting closure.
It's like kind of working through the 5 stages of grief, really. I think I'm definitely heading towards acceptance.
Good.
And kind of is really bad. It's just not my problem.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's just something that you just have to kind of make that leap. And it's scary. But then any big leap of faith is scary. Yeah. Like you must have felt that when you started your business.
Yeah. So many times I questioned, I think I've said this before, but like when I first started, I was really questioning like, is this what I do? Like, do I do this like full time? As in like, do I only do this? Even though I've got no clients and I've got no money and I'm relying on, I have privilege of my family were able to help me out, but like, do I just focus on this or do I get a different job or do I just scrap this in general? Like, is this even going to work? But I stuck with it and
like played the long game.
Yeah. I mean, faith came into that quite a lot. So that's where that kind of reignited for me. But yeah, it was a lot at the start, and it was massively risky, and I was so anxious for a long time. But then it made, because I knew how much of a risk it was, it made me determined to make it happen.
Yeah.
And because I kind of gave accountability out, so I was like, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm sticking with. And then like, people would ask me, "Oh, how's it going?" I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's going. It's great.
And I remember like at the time, like I had no money. I was like, I want to hang out with you, but I've got nothing. It's like, well, that's fine.
Yeah, it's more than fine. Let's just come sit in my house and sofa rot and play games.
Yeah, which was great.
And
so
yeah, we always have the best time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you need as well when you need that like strong friendship when you're taking that risk and you might fail, you might fall, and you need like a supporter behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would have been proud of you no matter which way this went, because you're taking that like jump to who you are and like what you want to be and where you want to like go with life.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, like, I've always said the worst thing to say is no. And that's only something that I've come across for the past maybe year or two. So the job that I've just left, I almost didn't apply for because I felt like I didn't have the qualifications.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that I wasn't good enough. I thought, well, I'll submit it, and the worst they can say is no. And then I got the job and I was buzzing for it. So it's taken that jump.
Mm-hmm.
And I am super proud of you for doing that.
Thanks.
And it's all working out.
Yeah. And I'm proud of you and everything that you've done. And like especially making the big decision that you made to leave this most current thing. So
it's fun.
Yeah. It's been cool to, I think even with me, it's made me reflect on like our friendship and like where we've both come in like since we've known each other and like kind of the trajectory of where we've both been at different points and stuff. It's been
like, if you had sat us down at 16 and said what was happening now, I would not have believed you in the slightest.
No.
Like at all. I'd have been like, yeah, okay, you've got the wrong people here.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think when we first met, I think I was going to be a primary school teacher.
Yes.
So absolutely completely different. I didn't even go to uni for that in the end. So,
and that was a big risk as well.
2 weeks before the results came out, I changed. I was like, I'm going to do film.
I don't want to do this anymore.
And it, like, film was just because it sounded interesting, not even because I wanted to like do that as a career necessarily. But it
all comes together.
I use it.
Yeah. Like when you're editing and things,
cool.
The skills are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would never have, this was never part of the plan.
No.
So,
like, I remember you saying to me, I'm going to go like get my like education and certification in like therapy and things. I was like, a bit out of left field, but I love it. Let's go for it.
Yeah. So interesting.
Yeah. Very, very interesting.
Yeah. We're at time.
Madness.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. It'd be great to have you on again.
I will definitely
come
come back.
There's like 10 million different things that we could talk about.
100%.
So we'll have more.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to get Bex on at some point.
Yes.
It'd be cool if we could all be.
That would be very cool.
Yeah.
And talk about
all our so we can have all
our adventures. Maybe have to not do so much of the adventures, but most of the adventures.
Yeah.
Adventure light.
Yeah, but no, it's been so good to have this recorded chat.
Yes. Very reflective of what we normally do.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
I love it. Thank you very much. Nod. Anyone listening in the car, we're nodding right now.
Thanks for watching this latest episode of Rachel and Co. If you liked it, give it a like, comment, subscribe, all those things. Share it with anyone if you feel like anything that we've talked about today has resonated with you or would resonate with them. It would be helpful. If you want to check out anything else that I do, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, etc. All the links will be down below. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.